मृत्यु दर त बासी पर्यो बिहा दर त मची नै छ नि त आमाहरू बिस्तार बिस्तार कहाँ नेपालमा चाहिँ छिटो चाहिँ हुँदैन हिलो इन्डियन त ठुलो मान्छे उयो हुन्छ एउटा त्यहाँ त छैन बाक्सन imen kamu ala imen asli yang race kam kasih kam rel naga
climbing in the early stages. It's just going out of reach and leave too much for later on.
Comparison the stars 1:42 for their power surge. Left to the offside for 1. Yeah, I think a pass mark's going to be high 30s, but if they can manage to keep a few wickets in hand, they'd probably accept that. At least a couple of wickets. They need to do it with a flurry. So they can handle a 2 for 55. They can also handle a none for 35. So either of those options would put him in a good spot. That's one strike now.
The full, that's a much because
pressure on the bowlers immediately. Rogers was playing reverse sweeps, saw ramps early, trying to access different parts of the ground. Responding in a similar fashion. 8 off 5 is good stuff. Yeah, I think they need to match the pressure that they have to go about their own way. They need to play to their own strengths. But at the same time. Third for a single. First over. Mentioned at the top 4 changes for this Nepal side.
Nepali nang Viralvideo
Seen sort of TIO stadium. Every day, showcasing his premier destination. One strike, cuts hard, finds the gap. That will be fair. Point boundary. Pressure on Sharma early. Young left arm orthodox. He's onto it very early there. Himself in position again, no risk there. Straighter and quicker.
Ime tol semua norm selalu ime batil lagi ke road ke kudu sambah road buat diso. Ini sampai rada ya jok diso. Rada ya sampai jok sekali.
Continues, swept hard on the short wall. Beats the short mid weekend. This is a perfect start from the ball. Been able to find the boundary.
Ini like kalau muya ni,
Put a little bit of pressure on early. Exactly what they wanted. Great shot. Score already up to 17. Let's drop the little conference about the field. Looks like we're going to leave it the same.
Ya, dia senang balgaya. Dan dia berastahal si bisa satu ke mam. Si sudah konten rom bisa satu.
This one is full, given to point, there'll be no run
Minti
there.
kami ke tinggi dia main kau beda tu alur main neba jotter ni dengan me parang mula neba parang me jantan me udah deh ilmu kini bila nanti lo ketar seperti itu sendiri ini hal satu.
Valley.
Baby gas ada keluar saja sama neba cium juga.
Ini sama.
Shares some
Orang dia kan sekolah haran semua. Dia kan sekolah macam korban ekonomi ada sana dapat mam. Berarti aja apa tanya tahu tak papa mama cuma boleh bono. Siapa artinya dia yang pusing bayi no bayi no sami mesti dia ini bisa satu dua Somda nanti saja mam, somda nanti. Ini pura bayi ni ada.
Looking for the boundary, good singles and then knocking over the two there as well.
Yang pusing ilah sami mesti kau ini belas satu juga mam. Siapa artinya ibu yang tinggal di sini orang bayi sami Saya sami kira kamu ini kalau ngaji soalnya tu macam bicara kau ini pusing basis ya.
Firm breeze across the left side. Let's protection out. We get that deep square leg. Swept hard, zipping down. Field's got work to do. And might stop it. Overruns the ball, the deep fielder. Another forward and second over. And that's the one for the ball. 14 off the first over of Sharma. They'll make his way to 22 off 10. All have come to play in this second inning.
Knock shot on it. Energy 8. Energy 8.
That's what we need to see today. Strike rate. Nepalese stay at the required rate. Gets his chance. This time drive. Swing the ball early, full and straight. Start to slip, things gone out. Backward point and cover point inside the ring. With a deep third, a deep square leg. Steve Williams target the boundary. Yeah, I think he's going to try and go straight. No doubt Bob will be trying to bowl length with this field that he's got set. But there's a lot of value for runs straight down the ground. So we get the inside edge off that one. Into boy stumps. We started this second over well. Projection here, a half appeal. I believe the Stars in has hit the stump and the bail has come off. We might need a replay to be able to confirm. There's some high fives going around which indicates that may be dismissed. No DRS or third umpire here through the top end T20 series, so it's going to be a difficult one for the umpires to adjudicate. Waiting on the replay to come through shortly. What's happened here? It's unusual to see the team celebrating at this stage without the technology. The umpires you can see the bail is dislodged on the leg stump there, but the pattern was obscuring the view to determine if the ball did in fact dislodge the bail. It is windy here, we certainly haven't seen the bails come off any other parts of the day. And the sheet's not out, so that is the important thing for the ball. Yeah, I think common sense prevails here. The old rule of the book is better for the out to the batter, so I think that's fair enough. So 2 dots to start. Third over of the power play. It's been a bright start for Nepal, but they need to keep going. 176, there can be no rolls. Nepal hasn't started brightly. Needs an even contribution. Only facing 4 deliveries so far. Just enjoying the show from the non-strikers end. Everything's in order. Thrilling contest. This one works on the left side to get a lot of that on it. Harper tries the bowler's end. It's led by third ball of the over. Outside the ring, that's your opportunity to capitalise. Into the block hole. Able to find a single to mid-on. Been a bright start here. Not a super productive over this one. Still a few opportunities or an opportunity to make it a big over. Plenty of room. Square on the wicket. There is 3 fielders on the ring. Boundaries on offer through the offside or back over the bowler's head. That's Bernal got. Tries to flick that down to fire, make contact, but the re-bowl. First innings. This one's uppy. It's around, turns, and drops. He's did a full 360 as he tries to judge the swirling around CIO Stadium. The delight of the Nepalese crowd. Yeah, absolutely crucial. They needed a little bit of luck after what happened in the first innings with a couple of catches going down. So नेपालको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको नेपालको सबसे यतिका विकल्प छैन यतिको लेभल हुन बेसिनु होला यतिका बेट आजको That's how it's back on strike. Everyone should do what was in the shop now. To the leg side. Just single. Oh, that's a movie kind of mom. That's your partner, that's why you may support me letting me know. Pukane, Angas Mokane, Danlai Pukane, the Apple Tiri, 30 and Dr. for I love battle patti.
Che भाइले मेट्छ जग्गा
Yang
तिरिने
kau praktik mana yang kuala pasas pasar
This
tu.
one
Kosni sampai kami baru di
they'll advance down, look to hip blown back over his head. A well-flighted delivery which spun away from the right-hander, Sam Harper, the wicketkeeper, had no trouble with the bails off. First wicket for Nepal departs.
Sanchilo si Patigan siam
Promising start. Sorry. Made 4 fours on his way to 25 off 12. Well bowled.
Ati teto ta bosugas pani. Tarai dakchi
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पनि नेपाल टॉप सब्जेक्ट टॉप हरेक लक्ष्य
Ay, makusha hai si chadar no, sari ne kaldan.
उत्साह मेहनत
Para nang papalay, yung ati chadar yung line na yung line.
एनर्जी भनेकै
Bakit sila si Pao mo? Niluanin, pincar dan
Go down.
Iya, bhai lam plotting na kya yung bhai lam plotting na sari mo yung kaya sa pompiyan. Home plotting sa ampal na po yo din din yung plotting dito ba man jaga.
Okay.
Yung plotting na mo yung pa da da email da din yo ba ni si yung plot na din.
Able to score at a quick rate.
Allah 50,000 रुपैयाँ बिरुवा बिक्री बचे राम्रो थियो
To
पैसा
continue.
काका
So I was thinking about that second, not sure it was on. Good to see the intent as he comes to the wicket. He holds the record as the fastest Nepalese century of all time, scoring 101 against the Netherlands.
udah kan aku mau lelai
Certainly need a partnership from this pair. Wicket for one. This is the point in the game where the Melbourne Stars took the ascendancy through Tony Rogers and Blake Donald, putting on 120 in wicket time for the second wicket. Well bowled. Warren looks to go straight and give it. Short stay at the crease for Sharky. He's lasted just the 2 deliveries. Just that one just skidded on with the arm.
Con hari sini siapa? Dari sibuk pas saja sendiri dah mekor menunggu pas. Dia mau minum rokai. Ini minum bola sih, minum lagi pinggir maling ini. Minum ada yang nak, rai kita apa sini?
को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पनि नेपाल टप सब्जेक्ट
Timang bupati saya captain, kau saya captain ni lah yang buat kebaca. Ini dia jangan ni nak buat kepoci, saya ini jangan ada bikin bupati jangan berdesa, kemana? Saya buat sampai balik.
We're going to replicate what the Stars
Boleh
made
jangan
and do
captain
this
kan
early
ni
up.
puasa dia macam. Tak ada rai si kau mau mencari dia
Ball
macam.
now, they're in an okay spot in terms of the run rate, but do those 2 wickets
Saya nak rai si kau mau itu lah kami
still
ada.
have a really productive sort
Rai
of
si
6
kau
to
mau
8
itu
overs.
lah kami.
Gear change with the field obviously with being out.
The game has swung over from Douglas Warren, taking on 2, 4, 3 in the last of the over power play overs. We're going to see change. Sharma now bowling from the airport end. Sheik, field set deep. Slow. Sharma's unable to convert that in his follow through. And will just be a single. On strike. Captain was national team. Our highest run scorer across the guys has plenty of experience to draw on in this situation. To right the ship for Nepal, keep their campaign alive. Flight of delivery. Back to bowler. Wide run rate is over 9. Cannot let this game get away by playing themselves. Steve, I just much prefer to see Nepal continue in their aggressive frame, trying to leave too much to the back end, which is what they did in their last match against Bangladesh.
Yeah, that's right. Early days in this innings, they were ahead of the required run rate, which was the goal through the power play, but now it's already snuck out to 9.16 from here on in.
Just to elaborate on that point, in their last game, chasing 186 against Bangladesh, the run for 40, so on track after 4 overs, but stagnated to 106 after 16 overs, so fell well behind the required rate through those middle 12 overs in their last encounter. That will be discussed with Stuart Lord, the coach. How they respond today. Down leg, unable to make contact. Sharma to fire that one in. Wide will be re-bowled. Worked by Sam Harper, the keeper. Wicket. Bounce along on. And as much as Rogers and McDonald were able to find the boundary, Steve, they also found lots of twos.
Yeah, they did. They were able to utilise all aspects of scoring. Plenty of soft hands into the gap. They were able to rotate the strike with a single.
And I think that just speaks a little bit to the athleticism, strength and conditioning programs that the Melbourne Stars would have access to. They're athletes, aren't they? They're able to get in and out of the wicket, and then in the field, they're off the boundaries.
Making record is not that easy. It's all about. Thank you, Grace, for connecting live with
Innovate, access different areas of the ground. Tom Rogers pull out the reverse sweep against the spin. Can they do against Warren, who's started well? Conventional sweep. Line to deep square. Strong towards the leg side, which is against the spin. Short third, so potential for a reverse sweep that Nadal can consider.
Deadlock for एक बजे दूर वाला 31 लाख 50,000 हुन्छ उमर 5-7 लाख 32 लाख रहेछ
Couple of changes. The Stars have done their homework. Different fields for different batters. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of these Nepal lineup. Sharma at short 5. ground.
Ketika bincang tinggalnya mau, dia yang satu ni isapura yuktis ko satu ni isapura ilabar dari yuktis ko satu ni luar ko na guru si ko imena satu ni.
2 for 40.
Plating batalang plating kuliah dun medyo orang mau dari langsung itu toloset.
Plating pasal kan ada jangan hawan.
It's been an impressive start here for Warren.
Tapi ada dia
Obviously getting 2
so
wickets, so drawing up the scoring.
Pun batal sos tu box si dia
Putting
nak
the
tadi
pressure
saya
on
keluar.
the ball. Run rate
Mau ya
point
plating
inside.
apa?
Mam dia yang full batal kan jaga dalam sos tu box si dia pan yang ko ilo.
Aku buat
Out
ini.
mid off.
Kuasa tu box si dia bimenang ilo mam baik ko ilo batal dan rut saya dan helpis ko ti mam tin sar agari kan 150 140 ke ko box si dia bimenang ilo hal itu pikir pan memang dia di plating wala.
6 over.
Ino na mo yung jack sa bali ang kapag nagpapilin buzay pa sa nga jadi mo.
Striker backed up hard, but there was no run on offer there.
Tapi kislak na kaya ada box ada.
Mentioned.
Aku silakan loh.
Left-hander is a impressive striker on the ball. Leg line. Back to conclude the 6th over.
Aku jaga bau dah tiang jaga cale ini meeting ada jaga bau dah buat ke mamu ya tiga raja itu yang mandi habis. Ini bikin pasal yang upah itu apa?
Pasal sama itu saya sendiri pasti sponsor pasal
Too big on them. I'd be looking to try and score 10 and over from this point onwards. As I've said a couple of times along the way, it doesn't necessarily need to be from a 4 and a 6 each over. It can be from multiple 2s and the occasional boundary. With the length of risk, if they don't have the power in their arms, then some of the stars always have the medium pace of Jonathan Norway, introduced from the airport end.
Muisan sa bag kita ba tin pare dun kinebelan ora ori sa preguar pa ko tin pare sanga ne ba keo
The cover region.
sama mo kung ka sa ilo gang ko ano mo ani sa preguarawan.
Emang dah tu cepat cepat semua dia ambil jadi jangan lupa sim saya ambil terani aso saya mamu. Satu nak kira pa ambil kilo pa ambil tak tukang iso ambil. Tapi saya basket ini hari saya pada tu buaya ambil pakai. Apa saya tham sel laga ni boy masih bisa deh.
Boys with the stick.
Suli kalau kan cuma lagi baik kerja saya.
Sanji tu kan kini hari tu ke? Buat merah hari tu sih. Istimewa पैसा पाए बे बोला लेकिन ते नुम त काम कॉल लाख 50 आती में ले पैसा डॉक्टर बस में ले कोई ले
It's the sort of thing that can kickstart their innings again.
Oh dia aku buat meeting ada orang sampai jam swing ada kam lak ni ram diskan buat apa yang thode apa kapal turun lah ni ram
Straighter, works into the side, they'll think about 2. Side against it. That's an example where stars would have taken the opportunity to 2 there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's two sides to
Ada
it.
aku isi pasal handsome balak saya tu mamu rasa mana asan jalan 16 घंटा 18 घंटा
20
काम
metres off
होता
that boundary.
Yeah.
Saya wani 15-16 घंटा काम पानी
Into the leg side.
16 घंटा काम को मालूम नहीं आसान जाड़ा yang पैसा tak perlu kami punya ini kalau mana
Full outside on
4
stump
lakh kami
again.
pun ke 5 पैसा
Unable to make contact.
yang gusok kau itu je lepas taruh
The over.
Angris bumba ke kali पैसा pakai bumam ya dia tahu kau nak ke apa lah box tu kan di mana dia apa tu dah di ganti ni aja
You need to try and keep
dia
it
apa
in
nak
hand
nak
to the
tinggal
back
ganti
end.
bang
Take a
पैसा
late
nuntuk kau lah ganti kau lebih apa
lead
betul lah ganti
everything to the end.
you know
Go at it early.
tinggal dia apa no hasil lah
Toss on leg stump. Wicket, it should be
kan
2
dia
here.
Suano ko, nung gumawa niya, bigyan niya yung sa
they're thirsty for a boundary here. They need something to get things going, to give the crowd a bit of voice, get some momentum going. The crowd's gone a little bit quiet.
Inong ama ke isang ke inong ya yung masuk kusi ingko kaila pura kaila kainnya sesuai yang suka ke mau. Tadi yang sih cekali. Dari nama mun lai pun pat jebali. Sampai tanggalan milezin dia wabda ke buat dia. Mungkin milezin macam hari yang orang cekik cakap dia mereka ada kualiran ini. Ama ada juga ni. Ya itu mungkin dari mana ni? Ini aku ciptung tu yang betul sampai ciptung bahasa orang hamil lagi kuasa tak timbul dia jangan lawan ke? Ini ni mami sini aja. Ini dari nak dapat kerja ni sih mami sini karan sini. Kau ini lalu kalau sebab jangan rugi buat sini leh. Ini shop ciptung bahasa ni hampir no asal yang koma. Baru tak dia ni bos ni macam apa dia ni ke?
विकल्प छैन आजको
सबै नम्बरबाट नि ग्यास नम्बर फोन पास्ता उहाँ वारेन्टी थियो म्यासेज नयो सुकुम के वो म्यासेज कुकुमे नंग रिप्लाई को माथि साडे म्यासेज पम्बाने Mamu ini dari nama mamu untuk sampai kami. Satu nanti lah kami. Ini lain lain ni. Dan yang kira bisa wamban tu masih jadi oh. Sari ke? Kita buat ini pelgan ini mana inong salah apa pun. Antaran pusat baik antaran. Ini adalah sahaja sistem puluh je. Ada siapa lagi? Tempur saya baik bermau. Jika batalah cop tu keret mah. Cop tiada info. Adio, cop tiada. Cop tiada yang pengundang ini. Dalam tiket cop tu kanu.
Subscribe please, subscribe.
Baca baca.
वेलकम चाहिँ साथीहरु सब्स्क्राइब पनि गरौँ है सब्स्क्राइब च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरेर सपोर्ट पनि गरिदिनु होला है सबैजना साथीहरु च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुभएको छैन भने सब्स्क्राइब गरेर सपोर्ट गरिदिनु होला ल
Good running there.
Abi pinca posisi semamu.
Although it hasn't been a huge over, still have got singles away, so they can get a boundary here.
32 लाख pas kita udah pakai. Abi pinca posisi sida yo. Abi pin posisi meter, abi pin ko linjak tiso. Abi pinca posisi ada saya tahu cuma paisa kamai bo merot tak. Kalau 50,000 2 लाख jadi posisi ada saya tahu kumai bo baru mulai mai patumbang. Kathmandu nong gari, rijak pasak saman mai patumbang mulai. Nanti yang pikir saving jaksa deh, saving ya uji wala yang mau tekam boleh.
सब्स्क्राइब प्लिज सब्स्क्राइब गरेर सपोर्ट गर्नु होला है
Kalau yang kau nak tekam, ini dia angkau mai ini bangsa dah. Sure, ganda kampa mua di mana? Sure, ganda tunggu hisap pati gua malah. 4 lakh 50,000 jadi zomi. Tiap barang cari cukup suruh.
Even with a medium pace of Viralvideo, an option would be to use your feet, come down the wicket, hit over covers, short covers deep. He's able to bowl a similar ball. Just to get into his rhythm
Asyik
and
ada
his line.
macam ni jaga भनेको ल पैसा भनेको रुङ्गे जग्गा भनेको बाले हुन्छ
To take a quick single,
Nah,
set back,
भाग्य
okay.
चिट्ठा
Now,
बनाइदिन
all sorts of pressure. 2 dots to start,
अनि भाग्य चिट्ठा
well below,
Abi ni inta no haba mai bikri pa mo duime ni ko.
almost double that in Nepal, so
Bikri duime ni no ma. Bhau chalai duime bel lagai ni pati chop
given
ni.
the opportunity, sure he has a license now. It's part of T20 cricket, you've almost got to
Sari
lose
wasi
that
te
fear
wa
of
ba
getting
bidan na
out.
mam ko kon ban di mo ma be. Yimbe lang tap
Show us
kari
what
na
stroke
wasi
play
na
and
ma.
repertoire. Once a single get off strike there.
Seagulls and
Sari
Jars.
wa ba sama tara ti no.
8 today. I think he
Sama
may
tapi
be
sari wa
that
ni.
could potentially slow up the order.
Yimbe lang
Managed
nang
to get
ba
26 off 10 balls against Northern Territory
भाषामा
outfit.
गुरुवा त्यहाँ गुरुवा राख्छ राख्छ कन भाइलाई इनको कल कस राख्छ नि भाइले दुमे नि
Continues that up. To the outside, now a member of the Premiership winning secured at 11. They won the first 11. Grand final against Carlton, Steve, with this, they scored 628 first innings, batting for 239 overs. So there's no compulsory declaration, or at least there wasn't. Cricket after that grand final.
उनको चाहिँ सधैँ किने उनको वामे नोट हबी कृपा त खाना जग्गा किन्थ्यो आमसे जाप्छ नि काठमाडौँ जाप्छ
At least a sign of intent.
अनि चाहिँ खाली कुरु बनेका छ मानिसहरू बाँच्छ किन अब आमो क्या हामी
And back onto your other topic there.
खै त्यहाँ कोही तपाईँ वासी चाहिँ वामे त्यहाँ हालो
All after all these years.
दाजु जाप्थ्यौँ त्यो अरे 30 लाख नो जाप्थ्यौँ क्या
Making it an entertaining
30-32 लाख हाल्यो
second
Una tomnara जाप्थ्यो पनि आमे नि साचु नो इमीबे चाहिँ पुडी जाप्स्या बिस्क्यो एमा दाजु याने इमा पहिला इमा आम चाहिँ हैन घरे त्यहाँ पुरो जाप्थ्यो मलाई 40-50 लाख से दे मलाई मामुको इमति पैसा चाहिँ अब के हो कि जाम
628.
इमति नै कोइन त त्यही इमा त्यहाँ पुरो यहाँ रेड हुन्छ इलो त्यहाँ जब गरे मात्रै दाजुलाई महिनामा 4 लाखबाट 5-6 महिनामा सेलरी को जाप्थ्यो दामा वस्तालु दामा पैसा दामा पैसा भाडामा भक भक राख्छ सक्तिन्थ्यो दिस्कनी मे कस्य मुजित काममा पाछु जान्छ ओ दामा मुयो ऋण माल चाहिँ बाक्छै 10,000 5,000 त पैसा राख्छ मुयो फैगुनी सनी मे उछै उन्डो भन्ने त पल्टर हुन्छ साडी तिमीलाई दियो त साडी दिले छिराइदिन मेन्यो भातला पुरो गइ जाप्त सोनिया क्यों क्या त न त्यहाँ बिक्री चाहिँ पानी मेक्सेवाला मलाई बोरी त दिले विश्वासै कमाइ पाउने त्यहाँ मामु जाप्तो बाने देछ क्या त न चाहिँ बारो अब चिक्छ बाउनी कर्मले जुराइदिन मे बाम कि कर्मले जुराइदिन मे बाम तेरे ल्याङ 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 दुम्सै किलो बर्दिने हुन्छ
slower pace.
साडी साडी समाचार चाहिँ पाएँ तर दाजु यो ससी भए बोल्दा के काम 15-16 घन्टा काम पछि पर्छ आम पारे चाहिँ उयो वर्ष चाहिँ साडे अभी पिंचे मा वाने क्या अभी पिंचे त्या ध्याय खान बेला नानी छुट्टी मिले दिन नि कर टिचर यार सोची ने वाने उच्च पैसा स्याबो
घाटा
40 को के 30 को के 40 को जाबी में वाती थे खुशी को सुम थे वो के लक्ष्मी में वाला 1,40,000 को जाबी में को दूर
मा मुझे वो कि कोई वाली की तो मा ये कोई 30 को जाब तो नहीं 20,000 का बहुत मांग के चाहता हूँ मा मुझे जाब तो नहीं नौ तो वर्ष तो चिटुम चुनी लो उदी ते आज आप परे तुम सारा हो
Roll his fingers across that one.
आप परे तुम का
Kicks the bat through to
मा मुझे ये ससा की में त्यहाँ गाता त त्यही को मा मिली इन्डियामा लागा त्यहाँ इन्डियामा गाता साङ्गो समय लाग्छ
cricket with Melbourne.
लाग्ने भयो हैन
त्यहाँ अनि को त्यहाँ इन्डियन भाइको जातको निको चाहिँ पार्टीको चाहिँ पछि नाम गरेर सिक्ने हुन्छ कुमारको चाहिँ उयो हुन्छ नि
Slow it again.
नाले चाहिँ राखुको चाहिँ यो चाहिँ सोमबार 7:30 चाहिँ आफूसे खोजेर हमरा हिजाब दुकान पैसा बसिन्ले सोम 60 त्यो पाका खुसी हो हैन खुसी पापाको वाटो कारेन पापा वाटो फोन यो फ्रेन्डले हुन्छ खुसीको हितुम बाके खुसी काकाले चाहिँ हितुम बाले उनको बाले खाउरा यता 21 दूर के राम्रो छ नाम जग्गा
हजुर
21 दूर के राम्रो नि जग्गा त
Blows out.
Almost
immediately.
Normally I would say bring it on, but
बिक्री पाइ म
possibly with these two, the way
इम्पुस भाइ तिच जाबी मेना के मेना भाइ कम प्रोटेक्ट न जाबी न आडा
Making record is not that easy. It's all
Roccia
about
ma bene che ci ringraziamo perché lanciano. Guardiamo io to simpatico.
न सारा से वर्दिङ को 2 लाख रुपैयाँ दूर से वर्दिङ 60 लाख वर्दिङ वर्षी चाहिँ वाच्छ न आमा जक्तिमी चिक्तिमी आदि वाच्छ म उही त्यहाँ 2 लाख रुपैयाँ वर्दी बिक्री को मलाई 60 लाख वर्दी त्यो चाहिँ टम चाहिँ मेनो बाक्छ हो किसान 5 दिन साइज बिक्री हुन्छ गाडा सेला भन्ने बाक्छ चाहिँ टम बाक्छ हो
Carpet को शहंशाह
मजाले छ्यागो
Aspiring cricket nation.
साडी वाच्छ चाहिँ वा यो सचेरामै हो अम्बाने
Introduced. High to mid off. He's got a lot of it.
मा यो सचेराम चाहिँ हो अम्बाने
Sailed over the absolutely set the crowd alive. Replaying
त्यो मा हो इमा दाजु त्यहाँ इमा दाजु जानु मेरो कस्तो समय मिलेको छ कस्तो समय मिलेको छ त्यहाँ कस्तो समय मिलेको छ हो
crowd loves it. That comes alive.
त्यो ठडिएको जग्गा देख्न
6
लाग्छ
and 2. First two
Good.
balls of the 11th over.
राम्रो छ कि
yeah,
यो
previous 200
यस्तो
Yeah,
ठुलो
today
क्रिकेट
in terms of crowd and
ठडिएको
involvement.
जग्गा देख्न
Now they are
उनीहरूले
upset
रेलले साह्रो
about
पारेछ
It's just after midday on a Monday here in Darwin.
मा उनीहरूले लम रहेछ त्यहाँ
Another single.
डिस्काउन्ट संगानुम त्यो इन पर्खेर दाजुलाई साडी म्यासेज चाहिँ बम्बामा यो सचेरामै वमा त्यो इन दिलीप कथा पर्खे म्यासेज बात kan kan belan फुर्सद पाए त्यो ini आइडी वो मेन यो पर्खे यो सुका चाहिँ त्यो मुया कुट काट चाहिँ मा यो टिचर यो चाहिँ वो मे इनु तिमी जग्गा जाप्नु मे थिए के दाजुको भात त त्यहाँ त्यहाँ महँगो हुन्छ कुनु रेडी हुन्छ जग्गै हुन्छ भातलाई निकै छ Siya ko lang siya tu wala bata lu je. Babae lang siya tuntin 30-32 लाख दो होली महीने दान बिना सातों में से वापस दियो. कौन डिफरेंस दिस होता ना?
Short third.
एक कश दूर से के.
Make contact.
हाँ एक कश दूर से के बाज बसे को.
Yeah, I like it. Probably the main challenge there was the fact that it wasn't a super quick ball.
फुपूको जग्गा
Probably had to make all the
जी
pace
फुपूको
himself.
जग्गा.
More of a digging shot than a glide.
यो बच्चे में हो.
Now, 10 or 15. What can he do to increase his scoring rate? Mid off.
Aku ni mana
They're
ni?
mixing up their pace well here, the Stars bowlers.
पैसा त किन छैन त्यो सन्चीसँग पैसा छ क्या अहिले 16 घण्टा काम गर्छ धेरै ओटी चलेर काम गर्न नसकेर कम्पनी छोड्न लागेको अनि फेरि के भएर छोडेर
Variations, change of pace, trying to get out of the hitting arc. These two right-handers. Shorter into the wicket. Again, he's unable to find timing. That's a comeback for Sol. 6 off the first ball. His
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माण मेलगण्डा पञ्चकन्या 500 XT 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाट पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर luxury made affordable
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
this occasion have gone right up front. Both these batters have spent time at the crease, adjusted to conditions, started to strike the ball cleanly. So we've got a deep backward square, deep mid wicket, into the short boundary with the breeze. Taking the 2 wickets so far, those coming into 1 over. Slop sweep, unable to make contact, get out.
So very much like the first power play where they needed to exceed the required run rate to make the most of the opportunity, they need to do the same now. They really need to be looking at 2 big overs. Really want to try and get at least 25 to 30 off these 2 overs if they can get themselves back in it.
This one's relatively left side. That's probably the delivery Nadal was looking for there. That was a little loosener from Warren. Short fine is inside the ring. There's plenty of space backward of square. Unfortunately, Nadal was unable to make contact. Warren's shown an ability to get some good bounce out of this TIO pitch. Comes in again. Fuller. He hides him in wicket. Field's coming around, but he won't get there. So well done, Nadal. Finds the boundary. Taking the game on by taking the power surge. Third ball finds its way into the fence.
Yeah, great shot there. The protection's on the leg side, so he had to go a little bit straighter. It was just straight enough to be out of reach of the boundary rider. Gave himself a little bit of extra room.
Again, boys up in the air. Field's coming around. He's misjudged it. To be a regulation match. Completely misjudged from Brisbane down deep. I think it was the wind that got him there. Maybe off the road, and then I don't think he got a hand to it in the end. So back-to-back fours for Pedal, and here come Nepal. For the umpire.
Yeah, you can understand what he's trying to do there, going wide of the off stump.
Padel is reading the bowling here. I think he'll look to go wide outside off stump again. Has he got a reverse? Now it's slower. It's off stump. Get that up to Now again, who made a mistake with that last catch. Please. Fans behind him are encouragement, completely misjudged that last opportunity. We've seen a few catches go down today, Steve.
We have. It's been a pretty significant factor in the game.
This one's quicker. Spin off. Still in the day, Tom Rogers scored 62, was dropped twice early in his innings, both coming to the mid-wicket fielder. Breezy. Good
positive over there from Nepal.
T20 Series 2025. Laksha Anik, Energy. Energy भनेकै Red Bull. सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि स्तरीय सेवामा
मलाई त यस्तो आफ्नै मान्छे जस्तो लाग्छ
That is possible. There's wickets remaining. Eight wickets in the shed with 8 overs. 5 flash. Like their first win. This top end T20 series. Looks like Viralvideo to continue. Again. To roll his fingers, didn't get up. Tried to heave to the leg side. Just like to see him keep his shape again. That lovely 6 over mid-off to start Viralvidio's first over. Much prefer him trying to access mid-off than hitting across the line.
It's a good show of faith here for Viralvideo to be given the responsibility during the power play.
Into the wicket. This one is heaved to the leg side. Gets under that one. Well timed out to the mid-wicket boundary, and it is given 6. Shane has found an extra gear after a composed start. The introduction of the power surge has seen him rocket to 30s now.
Yeah, unfortunately dragged that one down a little bit, but it's good learning. It's a good opportunity for him here. How's he going to fight back after that one?
We've talked about whilst the Stars batters have plenty of big bash experience, their bowling unit is young. What pressure can Nepal put them under? Charles now gone for 2 sixes. He starts his second over. Starting to, I think we're having a change in that last decision. I wasn't sure that it cleared the road, so just to clarify for all our viewers, that last boundary was 4, not 6. Great shot nonetheless. Contest resumes. Quicker, Fuller.
No doubt Clint McKay will be loving this, giving Viralvideo the opportunity. If you're 100% looking to win, potentially you might go for a more experienced bowler in this situation, but that's why you come up to the NT to expose your young players to these sort of situations. He's been hit for a big shot previously, nearly a 6. Now here he is, trying to exit the over.
Second over, power surge, advances. That's a good wicket. Talked a lot about the players, but there's a lot of cricket experience in the coaching ranks. We talked about Stuart Law coaching Nepal. Yes, Clint McKay, former Australian ODI Player of the Year, coaching Melbourne Stars alongside Ben Laura. McKay, one of the best exponents of death bowling and slow balls Australia's ever seen. So sure, Viralvideo and the other bowlers of the Melbourne Stars team soaking up as much as they can. Full in the block hole. Unable to get the loft on that to clear it on.
The Stars in very good hands with Clint. I've had a fair bit to do with him in Melbourne, and the way he communicates to young cricketers is just first class. He's got a really good way of explaining things that young people understand and giving them the tricks. Obviously with his one-day white ball experience, he's got a lot of expertise in lots of variations with slower balls.
Also played with Melbourne Stars for many years as well, so good connection piece across the eras. This one's hit, counts a long on, fielder won't get there, so they'll come back for 2. Cadell advances the length delivery. He's done that to get it into the outer. So that concludes concludes the power surge. A promising one for Nepal may remain in the hunt for this run chase.
Connecting life and learning. नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक यति कार्पेटको दाग कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाट
As you said earlier, they'd love to win the game, but at the same time, they've probably got a few other targets in mind. Hopefully they don't fall short. From Paul's point of view, they'll still be doing everything they possibly can to win the game, but they're just trying to build from game to game within this tournament.
Yeah, 12 and over, something you can probably achieve for 4 overs, maybe 5, 7 remaining. It's going to be a tall ask, but not impossible. Swept high in the air. Short wicket fielder advancing from the rope. Hung in the air, it was with the breeze. Now coming in off the boundary, collected on the bounce. 83 required, 41 balls. That one's a loose delivery, stuck in his hand. Galloway can do his laugh. And was unable to help it on its way down to short third, but get the run from the line. Slot to left side. Mid wicket can't get around, so it's another 4. And heaves that on one knee out to mid wicket. Started to show in these last few overs added intent, increased aggression. The ball can go at the required rate. Maybe we needed to see this a little bit earlier, Steve.
Yeah, that was an impressive shot. Not just the power, but also the placement between the two fielders on the boundary there. That was really good.
Galloway under pressure. Short again. Yeah, it's mid wicket, one bounce to Rogers, who's 5 metres. That's a scurry through. Not sure what Powell was doing, admiring the shot maybe. Replay of that slog sweep, nicely timed. This one's wider, slap to the offside, backward point.
Yeah, so they're really their 2 boundaries and over now. Started the game, probably happy with the one every over or every second over. Now it's got the stage where they need to find the rope twice per over to give this target a shake.
He's done well to get his strike rate above 100. Needs to keep climbing. Big wind up. Off 43. After a slow start, now behind the boundary. 1 ball remaining in the 14. Balls from Galloway. Full cross. The out to cover, he's got to work. Giving up on that. Come back for a throw. That's what they've got to do, put pressure on the fielders.
Yeah, that's right. That too helps top it up to a decent over for Nepal. Run rate's still creeping.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टील हरेक लक्ष्य आफ्नै जोश उत्साह मेहनत लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बल
The introduction of an 8 now with Tom Rogers. It's not frequently seen at the bowling crease. Looks like he's rolling out some leggies, so it might be something that Rogers has been working on in the off-season to add another string to his bow. Flat backward point is hurry through for a single.
Again, a little bit of indication that the Stars are using this trip as a bit of an experimental tour as well.
Part-time at best, I would say, Rogers. So this is an opportunity for Nepal. Swats that away, beats cover, come back for a second. And a couple of overthrows through this innings. I think about a third before settling for a two.
A big opportunity out of deep cover here. If he does drop short, even if he turns the ball, it's going to open it up for the batter.
Lofted into the outer, straight over the bowler's head, and the fielder is unable to roar it in, and his teammate right there in support, and then the fielder just pick it up, but the slide took him over the boundary line, so that's 4 more to the total. Shea now 2 runs away from his 50. It's been promising. Built his innings, now set to explode. Again, slow approach. Again, it's going to be a close call. Rogers thought he had him, almost could have let that one go on some stumps, I think, but it's a bit of hit and run from the ball at this stage. They need 65 off 32. Every run counts.
Yeah, 8 so far off this over. If they can find the boundary again, they're on track.
Fifth ball is coming down to the wire here. The Stars are 1 win and 1 loss from their opening 2 games. Nepal have dropped both, the NT Strike and Bangladesh. Here keeps their competition hopes alive. Short, hey, it's over cover. It's going to spin back to the fielder. Can he get there? No. Great finish to the over. Rogers' introduction of leg spin ends up going for 13. Shea reached his half century. Well played, 53 from 48 deliveries. Steve, it was a slow start, but he's done well to catch up.
He's done really well kicking it back after this innings. We were probably a little bit worried that he was going to cost his team the game early on, but he's managed to accelerate and score a no one for a run ball in the second half of his innings, and now he's got his team in with a bit of a sniff.
See the replay there, short and wide. Jake was able to stand in his crease.
Panchakanya Bathway. Luxury made affordable.
यति कार्पेट गर्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह। आकाशमा जाने कि पातालमा?
Making record is not that easy. It's all about learning. Thank you, Grace, for connecting life with learning.
Grace Internet, connecting life and learning.
Adele gets that firmly out to cover. At least 2. A lot of work to do for these sweepers. It's a big TIO stadium. It's another throw that gets past the keeper. Does well to get off the fence and back up.
Still got hitting power to come to.
Get the sense the ball are starting to believe. And this be the first win of the series. Quick up, reverse sweep. Like the idea. Just make contact. Yes, right, Adele. That was quick and outside off stump. Short third inside the ring. That is a boundary option. Just wasn't able to make contact. Wider. Tranding. Outstretched. Signal of the tactics from young Iron Sharma. Wide. Sweeps. Half an appeal. Immediately turned down.
Yeah, every dot ball stings, doesn't it? Just makes that a bit harder.
Coming off a great last over. And we will go this over. Suddenly that run rate is getting out. This one's hit. Short, third, and out. So, to hit over cover, now taking on young Sharma on the top edge. Nice catch. Those cheers are for the introduction of Kushal Mala, leading run scorer for Nepal thus far. A brisk 59 last match against Bangladesh. He has the hitting and striking power to get these required 57.
He does. He's going to have to go in quicker than he did last time, though.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
अब होटल पनि सेवा बाटो
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्त्री यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
T20 Series 2025 powered by
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्त्री
अब होटल पनि सेवा बाटो
Shortsvirals College of IT and E-commerce. Energized by Laksha and Energy Aid. Energy भनेकै Red Bull. Everyday study partner.
International
Connecting by movie partner.
Inside for at least one. Sharma was quick out of the box. His own bowling. Sheik's made his way into 53. He's built his innings nicely. Now hit 3 fours and 1 6. Need to try and find the rope again. Full outside off stump, there won't be a single there. Well to send Mala back. So there's 4 overs remaining. Nepal needing 56 for victory. Searching there.
hotel hotels with the best relax, retreat, reset, hotels for everyone. Escape to a holiday. अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवा बाटो
To 14 going into the last. I'll give them some hope.
Oh, that'd be amazing if they can.
So it's just a matter of staying with this rate that's required. What I've seen, Mala likes pace on the ball. He's a sweet timer. Definitely able to access backward of point. Slices his drives. See, coming back on from the airport end. Just blowing to the short boundary to the leg side. So Mala's feeling game. Can try and target the crowd. Imagine if he's able to hit a couple of sixes into this Nepalese spectators. And set this match alight.
Still a fair bit of discussion with the field. They're now going to bring the deep cow into the ring to mid-wicket.
Here comes bowling to Mala. Over the wicket. It's full, straight, hits a bit off. Oh no. Oh no. Mala didn't run. Shade ran down the wicket, expecting them to take on the fielder, straight to mid-off, collected cleanly, was able to hit the stumps at the bowler's end. That's deflating for Nepal after a well-made 53. Shay is a run out at the bowler's end. What do you think, Steve?
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
Turned down singles or didn't come back for a second. If you're going to be a T20 player, you just can't be turning those runs down. Still on strike here. Mentioned that he's a clean hitter. 56 required from Nepal. Side of stump, plays the hands, unable to make contact. It's his area too. Let's Alizar off the book there.
Yeah, the only way you can make up for your teammates now is to be the hero and find the boundary a number of times and replicate some of his heroics from previous games, but it is going to be challenging.
To stress on it, but just needs to come to the crease with the energy that's required here from Marla. He's got the talent. Energy and intent. It's over to the leg side, just be a single. Just joint and crease for the experienced Tranding Singh RE. One of the leading all-rounders in Nepalese cricket. What can he do to stamp his mark on these remaining 3.5 overs?
Just have a little look over his left shoulder there to see what was on offer. Most of the gaps in terms of the boundary are straight and on the offside.
Mid-wicket, he's got deep, long off boundary options. Full into stumps. Beat for paces already. It's half an appeal. Too much support behind it. Got a little bit of battle on that. So he's off the mark. This over in the 17th. Wicket first ball is the run out, followed by a dot and 2 singles. Need much more than that. Mid-off is up, third man is up, Marlon into boundary. Re-bowled as dug it into the wicket, almost hit his own shoe.
Yeah, that's certainly helpful. Extra run. Still plenty of balls left if they're good enough. They're just going to have to come in a hurry.
See, mid-off, go back. One leg, third, inside the ring. Is this signalling a slow ball or a double bluff? Pace on. Works into the leg side. Marlon does push. Again, turns back a second. May not have made it, but still would like to see some intent and energy with the running.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I reckon I was leaning towards them running, but then with the throw and straight job at the start there, probably was the right decision, but 100% agree. They need to be taking some risks here, not just with their stroke play, but also the running between the wickets. Could lead to an overthrow. They need to make something happen.
Ari, his experience, has been in these situations before. Pick off, mid on, up, inside the ring. Can he find a way over the bowler's head. Full, it's bowled. So that one's got through that pad. Full and straight, targeting his stumps. You miss, I hit. Second wicket off the over. Tranding gets his first. Third over. Now I think it's a 1 for 18. Already doing what he needed to, trying to take on the boundary.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
हरेक लक्ष्यको आफ्नै भाव जोश उत्साह मेहनत लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Panchaganya Battle. Luxury made affordable.
Giving away as many runs as they did in that middle period. Obviously, the 2 drop catches didn't help, but now they're in a situation where they're probably going to be falling short. If they had been chasing 140, 150, then they would have been right in this game.
It's a good reflection, Steve. I think thus far in their first 2 games, potentially it has been that that's let them down, but today I think they'll be pointing to the field. A couple of regulation chances went down. There's a lot of 2s, a couple of missed fields. So these will be the learnings and experiences they will take with them forward to their series against West Indies between qualifiers.
Decent overs, get themselves up to the 150s. That would be a positive and something to take out of the game.
Arif Sheikh, Chris. Single be half a chance at a run out. Legs not to throw. So we have another entertaining contest here in the top end series. We've been witness to some brilliant cricket over the past few days.
Yes, it's been terrific stroke play today, but also some really clever bowling, some really good variations in pace. Been some good skill sets on show.
So, third delivery. Another slow ball. If that one was out the back of the hand, quite special. I think we'll see plenty in the future of these young Melbourne Stars bowlers. Lots of potential.
Yeah, certainly in recent times, the slower ball's gone from potentially being used once and over as a change-up to now a lot of bowlers are bowling at every second delivery.
Around the wicket. This one is through bat and pad. Avoids the stumps, but Sheikh's unable to make contact. A spirited effort by Nepal. We know how much this cricket team means to the nation. They are doing their best out here. Unfortunately, game 3 has just got away from them. There will be no wins from their opening 3 games. Ball again. He's trying to hit that out to the leg side. Short boundary with the breeze. His chance at a boundary, but Viralvideo would know that. He's trying to get out of his hitting arc.
Yeah, they've certainly come up against a good side today as well. There's some very experienced cricketers with big bash experience, so it's a good benchmark for them to test themselves out today.
So on to conclude his third over. It is another tidy work from Sam Harper, the experienced wicketkeeper. He shots through got 2 overs remaining, 49.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह लक्ष्य अनि एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै Red Bull.
Going to end up being 20 odd below par, and the Stars, in fairness, have probably exceeded par. Really, they batted very, very well in terms of their power and their distribution.
This one's high up into the air. He's got plenty of it. This is the hitting power of Marla. He really had it in the shed. Yeah, a little too late for him to make a meaningful impact. Paul would consider opening him in some of the matches to come, because I just feel having him face 15 or 20 balls isn't enough. Fair enough, they might have wanted to have a look at a few other batters today. If they are looking to win matches, they'll need to be able to score 150 or more. So let's watch this 6. Into the wicket, into the hitting arc. Out of the middle of that with the wind, sailed into the grandstands. Viralvideo stand. Left outside off stump. Something you often see in the 19th over of a T20. Might have had that one outside the line and just got his bearings off.
Yeah, you wonder whether there is anything else at play with coming in so low. I know he was left out of the side for a little while as well, and you can judge a few little things from body language. Potentially some of the other young guys who are doing all the right things are getting their opportunity a little bit top of the order.
Alan's up, coming back in, over the wicket. That's a full. An inside edge. Great single.
Certainly from a match-winning point of view, if you were looking to play for your life or the game was high stakes, you would certainly have him at 4 today.
Yeah, if not higher, I'd say. Just feel that they've got to hit more boundaries early in their innings, Nepal, if they're to take a win off these Big Bash academies. Talks about how Chicago Kingsmen have started competition well. Shade now. Spotted over to the leg side. Is there any bat on that? Half an appeal from Sam Harper. Asked the question. Judged to be a leg bye. So there's still plenty of cricket to come in this top-end T20 series. More matches today. Next fixture being the NT Strike, coming off a famous win yesterday. Playing the ACT Comets at Gazali's Arena in Palmerston. First match at that venue. This is high. Short cover is tracking back. Holds onto it. That's a well-judged catch. In just outside the ring. So Amazak adds another wicket to his tally. He's up to 2. He's got 1 ball remaining in his spell. Short stay for Marla at the crease today. Was able to clear the rope once.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यही सेवाबाट
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
For the Melbourne Stars, they get a day's rest. They'll next come up against the Perth Scorchers on Wednesday. That match at DVC Arena on 1 o'clock start for our Darwin community.
Should be a good game, that one. I'd probably just have the Stars' favourite at this stage.
certainly got a lot of power in their batting. Full, straight, single to mid-off. This early stage of the competition, Steve, do you have a favourite of who might take out the title come finals day next Sunday?
I think it's very open, really. I think probably the Australian...
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाट
पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित।
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
They're going to threaten at the pointy end of this competition. They'll be looking for that continued growth in the bowling. We've seen that in terms of wickets so far. We've got 6 wickets today. They only managed to get 3 and 4 in the previous games.
So the last over, toss on leg, down to sweeper for a single.
I think these young bowlers have showed some promise. They've done some great work with their variety and their pace. A lot of slide balls, as we mentioned, given Clint Mackay credit. I like the fact they've given multiple guys a bowl as well today. That's what it's all about at the top end, giving many people an opportunity. Probably weren't expecting Tom Rogers to roll his arm over, but it was still entertaining and it brought a bit of spark back into the game.
Good experience for young Christian Howe here, closing out the innings. He's going his second. Just waiting for the field to be set. He's got a fine and third inside the ring, so expect more changes of pace, slower balls. Oh, what a shot! I like that. Full outside off. Shade was able to clear his arms. Went high over mid-off. It's a long boundary out there, so he'll come back for 2. Nicely timed. So just to come back to the points table, we've got the Renegades, NT Strike, Kingsmen, Scorchers and Melbourne Stars all on 2 wins, while Nepal and the ACT Comets are without a win. Reverse, offs over the keeper, inventive. Oh, little misfield will allow Sheik to come back for a second.
Yeah, certainly those 2 top sides there, the Renegades and the Strike, have got a lot of players in there with BBL experience. Will Sutherland making his impact already. He's been in the Australian setup as well already.
Great win for NT Strike yesterday. It was the local boys at Hammonds, Hamish Martin, who did the job late. This one's hit out to the leg side, hangs in the air, fielder's coming around, one-handed diving effort. Unable to grasp that, so another 2 for Shaikh, who's been able to free the arms and have a swing at this last over of Howe.
So we've had a little bit of reflection on the Stars and their development with their bowling, but again, you could really be glass half full with Nepal too in terms of the score that they're going to end up posting. They are going to get somewhere near that 150 mark, and although they're disappointed to not get the points today, I think they've managed to get their run rate going at times. They're a little bit slow early on. Possibly they could have accelerated a little bit early, but I think they've made some progress to take it to the next game.
So they can keep the spirit that they have arrived here in Darwin with. Plenty of matches still to come. Lots to learn. Developing emerging nation. Now's around the wicket. Oh, I like that. Again, reverse sweep from Shaikh. He's shown some impressive skills. And his way to 8 off 9. It's the type of modern T20 player that have the power to clear mid-off and mid-on in need to be able to get the ball behind the wicketkeeper. Can we finish big? One ball remaining in this match 13 of the top end series. Another gripping encounter. Melbourne Stars are going to come out on top. Now, comes in, shot, and bowled. So the young left armour gets to finish with a wicket, full and straight again. As the teams start to shake hands. Curtains on this match. Still much to look forward to.